Um, no, I've been having problems with um the my mic, so
Can I watch TV?
go. Go. Sorry about that, you guys. Um, I was gonna wait and go live tomorrow. I know it's been a while since I've been live on here, and I do apologize for that, but there's a reason, and you guys will see very soon. I hope you guys are all doing well. I miss you guys so much. I miss going live, but I have been putting videos out, and there are many more videos to come, so be on the lookout for them. Um, Vlogs, stuff like that. So, really fun stuff coming. But I wanted to come on here and talk for a minute because, like I said, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it tomorrow. And I know it's late. So, a majority can just watch this tomorrow. But I have some things to say. And when I have things to say, I can't really hold them in because then what's going to happen is even if I do go live tomorrow, which I probably will, not talking about this, but even if I do go live tomorrow, if I waited until tomorrow, I'll forget everything that I have to say. So I want to say it now while it's fresh on my mind. So how are you guys doing? I hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so first off, I want to talk about um something that and really why I don't want my channel to be based on drama because I am always going to call people out. Like I tell y'all all the time. That's why I love commentary. I have true crime videos coming up, but you know, sometimes it's hard to do when you have kids and I have a life. I have a life outside of YouTube. My life does not revolve around YouTube. And hey Ravi, how are you, honey? Um, it doesn't revolve around YouTube. So it is there's reasons why it's been very touch and go as far as that. But I do have some true crime lives coming up and they will be coming up and more makeup lives and all that kind of stuff. Um yeah, I'm gonna be going to sleep too. I'm actually not really that tired though. But what is important to me is for my channel to be a place where people come to and feel comfortable and safe, and where you guys can express your thoughts, feelings, or whatever, and not feel like you're being judged, no matter what it is, no matter who, excuse me, no matter who you support, whatever the situation is. This is how I want my channel to be, and to try to be um, not not biased and things like that. But it's not always going to work out that way. But that's my main goal for this channel when I go live. Um, but as you guys have noticed, it's no secret that I have made amends and am becoming friends again with Natasha. um, I think Natasha is a very nice person. Do I agree with everything that she does? No. And I'm sure she doesn't agree with everything that I do. But when you take a step back, when you stop um when you stop trying to listen to everybody and you just take a step back and just observe, you'd be surprised at the things that you see, the things that you witness. And I'm the type of person where I'm going to stand up for what's right, even if I stand alone. I don't care who stands with me. I don't follow the crowd. I'm not a sheep. I do what I want to do when I want to do it, and I don't care what people think. I never have, and I never will. Hey, Susan. But have been on her panel. Sometimes she'll ask me to come up, and I like going on her panel. She's funny. I've always watched Natasha, even when I really wasn't getting along with her. And I don't even want to say we weren't getting along, we just stopped being friends. But here's the thing, even if I wasn't friends with Natasha, even if I wasn't cool with her, I would still be saying this very thing that I'm going to say. It doesn't matter, because when you stand up for what's right, it doesn't matter if you like a person or you don't. If you like them, if you're cool with them, whatever. What's right is right. So I would still be calling people out on their hypocrisy, even if I wasn't friends with Natasha, even if I didn't like Natasha. I would still be saying the very same thing that I'm saying right now. So the first thing that I'm going to say, yes, Geminis are very much like that. So the one thing that I'm going to say is that it's not hard to stand back and observe, you guys. It's really not. And when I first started off watching, and I never really watched Granny's Watching. Oh, thank you, Susan. You're so sweet. I hope you have a good rest of your night and get some rest, sweetie. Thank you so much. That means so much to me. What was I saying? Oh, so I never really watch Granny's Watching, but I started watching her when I started taking a step back and observing. Okay. One of the first things that gravitated me to her is what was it? I don't even know. First of all, I was observing, and then I empathized with her, because it almost seemed as though in the beginning her channel was like almost seemed as though it was being sabotaged. And I told her about, how I felt about that. I warned her because I felt bad. I'm like, I've been through it. I know what it's like when underhanded things are being done to you, and I empathize with her. So I reached out to her. We spoke. I thought she was cool. I thought she was nice. We spoke through email. Then we exchanged numbers, and we spoke. We spoke twice, 2 times through text. Okay, and it was cool. I thought she was cool. And then I started paying attention even more, because then once I seen, when I empathized with her, I started watching her a little bit more. And then I started seeing things that I didn't like. For one, I didn't like the way that it was accused that Mel Hoax is the one who called CPS on her. I don't like that. If you don't have proof, you don't say anybody's name, you don't let anybody say any names in chat. You cannot make accusations like that without proof to back it up. That's not fair to the other person, because you may think it's her, you may think it sounds like her, but it doesn't matter what you think. If you don't have any facts to back it up, any proof, then that is very irresponsible to just blurt it out like that. And I'm not sure if she blurted it out. I know somebody did, but regardless, I didn't like that. So obviously, you start taking more steps back, and then you start watching. And during this time is when I became cool with Natasha prior to even speaking to Granny's Watching. Then I started observing even more, because obviously that's a red flag. I'm like, you can't do that. You cannot just accuse somebody of something without any proof. to back it up. That's not fair. So once I seen that, it was more or less you just watch and you watch and you watch. And the more I watched, the more I seen things that I didn't like. But even though I seen things that I didn't like, I still she never did anything to me. You know what I'm saying? She never she never did nothing to me personally. I just don't like the hypocrisy. So when I would go on Natasha's channel, obviously her and Natasha aren't getting along. So when I would go on Natasha's channel, I would make it very blatantly clear I don't like the hypocrisy. I don't like how what I started noticing is she's been attacking Natasha since day one. But once Natasha started attacking back, it seems like it was like, no, who do you think you are? How could you do this? But you've been doing this since day one. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. You cannot, if you're going to make a channel and falsely put it as an awareness channel, but really it's a hate channel. If you're going to make a channel and do that kind of shit, you got to get ready to take it back. Period. So, of course, even though she didn't do anything to me personally, I still don't like the hypocrisy. And that's what I do. That's what I do on my channel. And it's observing people on YouTube and their behavior and calling them out on it. And the hypocrisy was just almost astounding to me. It was almost like shocking. Like, is she really like flipping out like this when she's done this, she's done that? I've literally sat and watched her do it over and over and over again. So that was pretty much it. It was very blatantly clear that I always just made sure that, if Natasha asked my opinion or if I gave my opinion, I always said I just don't like the hypocrisy, but she's never done anything to me personally. Now, during the time that I have spoken with Granny's Watching, never once did she tell me that she hated me. She didn't like me. Never once. And then I find out that she was under an alt that hated me. She hated me. She went into somebody's chat or something. I don't know the whole story per se, but she went into somebody's chat, was talking about how much she can't stand me. And then I guess some people were like, Tia's nice, whatever. But for the couple of times that I've spoken with you, how come you didn't tell me that? Okay, thank you so much, Susan. I appreciate that. Thank you for the super chat. That means so much to me. I love you too, sweetheart. Get some rest. Never once has she ever told me that she knew me, that she had been on my channel, that she was a watermelon sugar ant, whatever the fuck she was. Never once did she tell me that the few times that we have spoken. And see, here's the thing. Country Joe didn't do anything to Granny's Watching. And she just got pissed off because Country Joe decided to make peace with Natasha. And of course, I'm on Natasha's panel, so it makes me susceptible to be attacked. I don't care about that. You reading out stupid ass text messages, the 2 text messages that we passed to each other back and forth, Granny's Watching, Jessica, that shows your character, not mine. And it literally solidifies why people think what they think of you and why people say what they say about you. Because you let people in your chat dictate your channel, pretty much. Dictate what you say and what you don't say. But you need to get your facts straight, because at the end of the day, I never said that you were passing on information to me. Your fucking chat lied to you. All I said was I never knew that you were juicy ant covered watermelon. The few times that we talked, you never said it. That's all I said. So the whole, she's saying that you passed on information to her and then you go and read our text. And so, but what's the point of doing that? Instead of listening to your chat, who is obviously stirring the shit pot, basically, you should probably fact check before you go off on your rants and read stupid ass text messages between two people, me saying, "Hey, sweetheart, how you doing?" I never ever said that I didn't like you. I said I don't like the hypocrisy, period. And I will always say that because you're a hypocrite. So you saying everything you're saying, letting your people in your chat bash me, blah, 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 blah. Been there, done that. I don't give a fuck. Running circles around everybody in the chat. I don't give a fuck. Don't care about that. But it's nothing that I've never heard before. Excuse me. But what I do care about is I am sorry. And let me come on camera and say this. Yes, K-Ran. I am sorry to all of the real awareness channels that in their eyes are trying to present their facts of how they feel about Natasha, but they're doing it in a classy way. I may not agree with it. Y'all may not agree with it. But the point is there's a difference between bashing somebody, calling them a heifer, weight shaming, shaming them for their age, things like that. There's a difference between that and just presenting things that you feel are facts. Okay. I'm sorry to all those channels that try to keep it classy, that one person made it bad for all the rest of you. That people aren't listening to you guys anymore because of this one person that keeps spreading hate and hypocrisy. I'm sorry to those channels. Those channels that kept it classy, they may not like me anymore because I am cool with Natasha, and that's on you. I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm sorry to those channels that have tried to keep it classy, that don't say derogatory things, that don't bash and say those kind of things, but just present the things that they feel are factual in their eyes. But nobody's listening anymore because this one person is making it bad for all the rest of you. I'm sorry, because there are a lot of channels that feel they worked hard, and I think it's sad. It's really sad. You can't very well call yourself an awareness channel when you're spewing hate. That's not bringing awareness. That's spreading around hate. That's spreading around hate. I may not agree with the channels that even think they're spreading facts, because I am friends with Natasha. I think Natasha's cool, and I don't see the same things that they do. But there are channels out there who have kept it classy, who don't say horrible, nasty things about Natasha. And even though they very well may be wrong, regardless, I'm sorry to them that this one person is ruining it for the rest of these channels that have tried to keep it classy. Because that's what's happening now. I've never seen so much chaos caused by one person. And all I've seen is people being emotionally manipulated by somebody who is literally the biggest liar I have ever seen here on YouTube. And let me tell you, that's saying a lot, because I've seen some liars here on YouTube. Now, let me tell you the second red flag for me. It was one night when I was listening to, I think it was right after I had did a a video responding to Vivian or whatever. And I had just scrolling through, ran across her channel, Vivian's channel, and it was her, the creator that says the N-word that shall remain nameless, and then Granny's watching. And he said, "Why does Amanda talk black?" Okay. That shows you his mind frame and his thought process right off rip, right? Because you can't talk a certain race. And even though, don't get me wrong, there are people who still say that to this day, or who will say, you talk white because you speak with intelligence, or you talk black because you sound ghetto. Now, let me tell you, Granny's watching had me for a minute because she did. She spoke up for Black people. And she said, I have been around very intelligent Black people, so you shouldn't say that. But then he says, well, no, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. No, I don't know what you mean. Because if you're not going to correct yourself and say something different, and you continue to keep saying, why does Amanda act Black? Why does she act ghetto? Which is not the case. How do you act a certain race? Intelligence is not attributed to color. And instead of her saying, you know what, if you continue to keep saying this, I'm going to step down because people don't act a certain race. Now, mind you, some people are just ignorant. But the fact that he said that shows where his mind frame is. And the fact that you sat up there on that panel and accepted him saying that shows where your mind frame is too. So at the end of the day, all of these awareness channels or whatever who decide to call Natasha out, I can see if Natasha was making up, oh, I just broke my leg yesterday and I need some money, so I'm going to start a PayPal fund. Or my daughter just got hurt in a car accident, so I'm going to start a PayPal fund. Or I don't freaking know. If she was just making up tragedies and starting PayPal funds, that's fraud. Okay. But if you are literally being transparent with your supporters and you're saying, you know what, I'm going to start a PayPal fund just to piss them off, and these people choose to donate to that PayPal fund, that's not fraud. Sorry, it's not. You may not like it, but it's not fraud. So that's not lying. It's okay, I'm going to start this PayPal fund and title it this. I'm going to start this PayPal fund, title it that. That's not fraud. But if you're making up things and making up different tragedies to get people to feel bad for you and donate, then that is fraud, because you are obviously creating a PayPal fund under false pretenses. You know what I mean? Making up false things. Tia is beautiful, and I can see has a beautiful soul. Feel safe here. Oh, thank you, Haley. I'm going to read all your comments in a minute. But I just wanted to come on here and talk about this for a minute because, when I think about, even when Natasha was telling me some of the things that they were saying in chat about me, I don't care about that kind of stuff, you guys. I'm a confident woman. I know what I look at when I look in the mirror every day, and not even that. I've been through bullying, I've been through all of that. Those things that doesn't do anything but make me stronger and tougher. And I let those people be my motivation. I don't give a fuck about that. That's why I told Natasha, you don't have to tell me anything that they're saying, because I don't care. But at the end of the day, what I do care about is the fact that you listen to what your audience or supporters were telling you, and they lied to you. They lie to you to continue to perpetuate drama. And that is what I have watched consistently throughout this whole entire thing, even with Save Robbie. And I don't think he's in here anymore, but even with Save Robbie, you bashed his sobriety and you literally maliciously went into somebody's chat that doesn't like him just to piss him off. That's showing your character. And if the people that are in that chat that keep riling it up, they're stupid enough to believe you, then they're stupid enough to believe the lies that you say. Because I watched that entire live and you say Natasha said your kids' names. That's disgusting. It's a disgusting lie. And she never did. But that's how you emotionally manipulate your audience, your supporters, to feel bad for you, to automatically take your side when you use something as vulnerable as somebody saying your children's names. And then to use an excuse, well, I'm going to attack your daughter because you brought up my dad's name. First of all, she didn't bring up his name. She said his last name. But even so, that doesn't give you a right to attack her 21-year-old child. So let me tell you something. The reason why you have people in your chat amping you up and encouraging this hate, wanting you to perpetuate this hate, constantly telling you things that aren't even true just to get a rise out of you and to keep it going, to keep it going, keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. These people watch you because you're vulgar, because you say the things, the nasty, ignorant, disgusting things that no one else will say. That's why these people watch you, because you will call Natasha the nasty names and weight shame her, body shame her, talk about her age, talk about her family, talk about this. How hypocritical is it that you can bring up a video from 3 years ago of her allegedly, which she didn't, saying the N-word, but yet you are blatantly supporting someone who openly admits to saying the N-word? Ignorance is bliss, you guys. Ignorance is bliss. But like I said, these people watch you and they support you and they go hard for you, and that's fine. But they're only doing it, and they'll only continue to do it as long as you continue to spew and spread hate. Because deep down, that's what a lot of people love. They love the fact that you're vulgar and you're nasty and you say disgusting things about Natasha. They love it. Do you think that is a good thing, that people sit and watch you and love the fact that you spew hate? That's a good thing, right? The people in your chat can say derogatory things about me and say I look like Bozo the Clown. Thank you. Uh, all kinds of stuff. That's okay. And they can say Natasha's nasty and the F word and all this kind of things. They can say these kind of things. And you have these other channels who they feel as though they're calling Natasha out, and they're just presenting the things, hair in my face, they're just presenting the things that they feel is factual, that they feel people have a right to know. And then you have somebody like Granny's Watching, where there is no facts, there is no evidence. All it is just spewing hate. And that's why these people stay in your chat. But it's not necessarily, I'm not even saying necessarily, that's not a good thing. You want to know why? because they're using you to perpetuate their hate. That's nothing to be proud of. It's nothing to be proud of. Okay? Especially because you're attacking people that are literally just making peace with Natasha. First, it was Country Joe. Then it was Save Robbie. Then you start saying your things about me. Who's next? Who else are you going to talk about? When does it end? Like, how much longer are you going to spew hate? The end goal is what? To somehow convince the people who support Natasha to come over and watch you and not support it. That's, I guess that's the end goal. The end goal is to talk about Natasha, and hopefully people will eventually believe, not even talk about Natasha, try to spew hate about Natasha and hope that the people will eventually get it and it'll click ding, ding, ding in their head and they turn their backs on Natasha, right? That's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. I feel that it's pathetic and it's sad because at the end of the day, like I said, I've always made it very, very blatantly clear that I don't know you personally. You've never done anything to me personally, but the hypocrisy is almost, it's just, I've never seen anything like it before. Most people that have a channel, and if they're calling people out and things like that, they know that there's always that possibility that in 9 times out of 10, maybe they won't, but there's always that possibility that they will. There's people that have channels that get called out every single day. You know, there's people that call other people out every single day. It comes with the territory. There's nothing you can do about that. If you choose to have a channel where you are on your channel constantly bashing somebody day after day after day, eventually that person is going to start bashing back. And either you accept it or maybe turn your channel in a different direction. But the fact that it is very blatantly clear that you, to me, it seems like you like spewing this hate. You like spreading the hate around because obviously it's very clear what you're doing is actually bringing a lot of content creators together. Yeah. There's a lot of content creators that didn't get along, but then they're seeing your hypocrisy and they're starting to make amends with Natasha. Your goal, your end goal, I don't think is going to turn out in your favor. As a matter of fact, I know it's not. God don't like ugly. He just don't. And the fact that you let your audience manipulate you and lie to you so you can actually open up your phone and read 2 text messages between the two of us, or 3 or 4, however many it was. We've never spoken anything like the fact that you opened your phone and read a text messages between the two of us shows how easily manipulated you are because your audience lied to you. And the fact that you were a alt and you hated me for whatever reason, I don't care. But you didn't think that that would have been a good thing to share with me when we actually did talk. That shows how fake you are. Right there. That shows what a fake person you are. Okay, I'm going to scroll up a little bit. I love how you present things and you are so articulate. Thank you, Bulldog Mama. I appreciate that. I try, girl. Let me see here. I'm going to go down. Yes, that is her alt or her second channel, I guess. I'm not sure. That was very nice of you to say. I try, like, there are channels that, I have no problem with, and, they have channels where they call Natasha out, and I personally don't have a problem with them because if they want to call her out, that's fine. But they're not doing it in a bad way, in my opinion. Like, they're not sitting there bashing her and saying she's this and she's that and she's nasty. They're not doing those things. They're literally just, calling her out on what they think is wrong. And there's nothing wrong with that. And that comes with the territory of being a creator. But once you get to a point where you create a channel just to literally say nasty, disgusting things about somebody and spew hate and drama and chaos and toxicity, then that's when it becomes a problem, right? Oh, thank you, Mama Bear 72. Thank you, Bulldogs Mama. I remember when he said that. Do you remember that, Mama Bear 72? Yes. He was saying that Amanda acts black. And hopefully that is a saying that will go away. It's not something, I'm not saying that that is something that people don't say because people still say it until this very day. But it's not as, I feel like it's not said as much as it used to be said. But in the same sense, when people say that, it shows where their mind frame is, where their thought process is. And it's not just white people who say, she's acting black, she's acting ghetto. Black people say it too. Black people will say, why are you talking white? They've said it to me before. And, race, like I said, is not attributed to color. Everyone's different, whether you're black or you're white. And just saying things like that, having that kind of stereotype is disgusting. And obviously, it's very ignorant. And like I said, I was in her corner because I thought it was cool that she said she grew up around a lot of intelligent Black people. But when he doubled down on it, instead of her standing up and saying, look, quit saying that, he still continued to say it. And she was okay with it. And when you're okay with those kinds of things, you're condoning that type of behavior. And I don't like that. It doesn't matter to say, first of all, I don't think that Amanda acts black or ghetto or whatever you want to call it. I feel like anybody can be ghetto, whether you're black or you're white. But, maybe she got a little gangster. I don't know. But that's a very, very horrible, nasty thing to say, in my opinion. Constantly lying, like lie after lie after lie. What someone wants to spend their money on, it's their choice. Exactly. Yes. Whatever it is that people choose to spend their money on, that's their choice. I hate it when that ring light is in the way. Sorry, guys. I think people need to stop perpetuating the narrative that Natasha's, supporters are vulnerable and weak and all of those types of things, because it's just not true. And how can you sit there and just assume that people are the way that they are? No, that's you using that as an excuse to make yourself feel better for the things that you're saying, to make yourself feel better by saying that Natasha, she's a fraud and she's, I don't know, using her subscribers and blah, 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 blah. You're using that as an excuse to make yourself feel better, because at the end of the day, we're all adults. These are not children donating their money to Natasha. And if they choose to do that, that's their business. And the problem is, if people would focus more on their own damn pockets instead of focusing on what's going on in another creator's pockets, guarantee you'd have more money now than you did 2 days ago. Quit focusing on what other people got and focus on what you got. That's the problem with people today. People are always so worried about everybody else instead of worrying about your damn self. Period. That's the problem with America today. Like, worry about yourself. Worry about your life. Because at the end of the day, YouTube is not my life. Like, of course, I'm definitely going to be more consistent on here. It's just been a very, very busy time in my life. But regardless, even people saying, oh, she's on Natasha's channels. And that's what's crazy to me, too. So people make peace with Natasha because they want her subscribers. First of all, before you make those kind of comments, you should probably know the history of what went down between Natasha and another person. But regardless, that doesn't make any sense. For one, you can't see my subscriber count, and that's for a reason. And for two, you don't know if I'm gaining or losing subscribers. You don't know anything. But that's what people say to try to hurt your feelings and to try to say there must be some reason why she wants to be cool with Natasha. Oh, it's because she wants her subscribers because her channel's dead and she's this and she's that. And she's what else? What did you say? She looks like a clown and blah 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 blah. My heart is so broken. Anyway, that is never going to be me. I never cared about what people thought about me, and I damn sure ain't about to start now. I was built for this shit. I promise you that. But like I said, just because I'm cool with Natasha, what kind of personal gain do I get off of that? Okay. First of all, if I cared so much about subscribers, which I care about the subscribers that I have now, I think you guys are amazing and I appreciate your patience with me. But if I cared about subscribers, I'd be on here 24/7 with like a lot of the rest of you people that are on here spewing hate. Sorry, that's not me. Second of all, the subscribers will come to me when they come. And they're still coming. And they were even prior to me being friends with Natasha again. So try again. Okay, so let's read this. Okay. Are you okay with the things that come out of her mouth? Are you okay with how she demonizes and tears people down? This has nothing to do with anyone or anything that else. It's a yes or no question. Tyler Durden, I don't agree with you. There's the answer to your question. Well, what does that say? Demoralizes. I'm sorry. I don't agree with you. I don't think she demoralizes anybody and brings people to tears. Now, to be honest with you, okay. I have never personally, even just becoming cool with Natasha now, I don't agree with some of the ways that Natasha handles her. Sometimes I think that she goes too far with things. That's my opinion. Other people might not agree with me. But I think that's kind of part of her charm in a way, if that makes any sense. I understand why she does. Because first of all, you saying thanks bye is not going to stop me from saying what I have to say. You asked me a question and I'm going to answer it. And regardless of whether you think it's a yes or no question, it doesn't matter because I don't agree with the question. You are basically you're putting question marks to actually a statement because you're sitting here saying that she demoralizes people. She brings people to tears. So are you saying that she goes and picks out someone in her audience and just demoralizes them and brings them to tears for what? Just for no reason. She just does that. I've never seen her do that before. Now, I've seen her call people out and say some things to them when they say something to her. That's what I've seen. Natasha reacts, and not in a good way sometimes, but she had enough of being targeted. I'm over it. Exactly. She is everything you have always stood. That is, first of all, how is she everything that I have always stood against? I stand against hypocrisy, bullying, racism, sexism. That's what I stand up against. Ignorance is bliss, obviously. Those are the things that I stand up against. How is Natasha any of those things? Like I said, I don't agree with every way that Natasha handles things, but the way she handles things is the way she handles things. And the way I handle things are the way I handle things. What are you talking about? She is everything that I stood against. Yeah, that's part of her charm. Listen, if somebody is attacking you, are you trying to tell me that she's not supposed to attack back? Yeah, part of charm. Everybody has different things about them that may be annoying, but it's part of their charm. You never heard of that? All I'm saying is that don't tell me that she's everything that I stood against. Don't tell me that, because everything I stand against is bullying, because I was bullied and tortured, threatening to get my face cut up, all those kinds of things in high school. Okay. I'm against that. I'm against racism. I'm against sexism. I am against all of those things. People who make says horrible things about people with disabilities, people who make false claims without any proof to back them up. That's what I'm against. So please tell me. You don't have to tell me, because I just don't agree. What about all the people who have hurt Natasha and said nasty things about her and her family? Would you sit by quiet if people come after you and your family? Exactly. That's what I'm saying. You can sit there and talk about how she demoralizes people, all of these things, but are you going to talk about what people have done to her? It doesn't matter if you're talking about anyone else but her. It doesn't matter. You're sitting here saying that she is everything that I always stood up against. I disagree with you. I know what I stand up against. Right, Mama Bear 72. I know what I stand up against. And what I stand up against is literally people sitting here watching the horrible, nasty things that Granny's Watching has said about her. Those are the things I stand up against. Demoralizes people and all that kind of stuff. I personally have not seen her do that. Now, I seen her do that when she was battling with another creator, and I disagreed, and we were not friends at that time. We weren't cool at that time. It's not a yes or no question. Sorry. You're not going to get a yes or no answer out of me, because I disagree with, to me, that's a statement. You are sitting here telling me that Natasha demoralizes people and bullies people, and I disagree. So I guess if you want to take that as a no, then take it as a no. Because I don't agree with that. I'm not saying that Natasha's perfect. I'm not saying that all the things that she has done is right. I'm not saying that. And I will never say that. I don't agree with the way she handled things with certain creators and different things like that. However, I can see where her hurt came from, and I think she could have handled it differently. Absolutely. She could have handled that with way more, um I don't know. I just feel like she could have handled it better than what she did. I think she was hurt and she just, went off the handle because she was so hurt by somebody that she thought was a friend. But at the end of the day, I agree. Um, I agree, Bubsy T. I agree. No one is perfect, but she went off the handle and I don't agree with that. But I'm telling you that I see what's going on and I don't like it. That's not gonna your emotional manipulation, hell on ground is not gonna work with me here. Take it somewhere else. Deuces. I'm answering his question. He's asking me a yes or no question, and you know. Oh, I'm sorry. Hell on hell on ground. I'm sorry, I read that wrong. I'm sorry. Um yeah, I don't agree with that. And it's obvious that you have a problem with Natasha Tyler. And I'm sorry if you feel that you've been hurt by her, but if you feel like you've been hurt by her, then maybe, um, talk to her. Have you ever tried reaching out to her? Communication, that's something that a lot of people keep lacking these days in the YouTube streets. I would never act like her, so that would never happen to me. So, if somebody was attacking you, Tyler, you wouldn't defend yourself? Because here, you want to do this yes or no question thing. Okay. So, you're saying that if you would not be like her, you wouldn't do the things that she does. Okay. So, if somebody is attacking you and you're a creator, are you telling me that you're not going to defend yourself? It's a yes or no question. You don't know until it is you in Natasha's position or anyone else's for that matter. She is also a human being. I agree 100%. Hell on the ground. 100%. I think that ultimately that's you nailed it with that one. Nobody's human. Everybody makes mistakes. But like I said, she has never hurt me. So she's never done anything personally to you. Oh, okay. Oh, thank you, Helen Ground. I'm sorry I misunderstood what you said earlier. I didn't mean to do that. She's like reading what Tyler's saying, and I have no problem having a discussion with Tyler. But like I said, if she's never done anything to you personally, so basically you're just saying the things that you've watched Natasha do. So I'm asking you, if you were a creator and you were being attacked, being called fat, ugly, people talking about your family, you can't walk, you can't get out of your recliner, you're a heifer, you're this, you're that. And I'm sorry to have to say these things, but I'm trying to convey this to you so you'll understand. What would you do? I see her emotionally abuse and manipulate thousands of people every day, and I think it's awful. Okay. I don't agree with you. What do you mean abuse? Like Natasha gets on her panel, she's laughing, the other day she's doing arts and crafts and looking up things on TikTok. What do you mean? Do you not think that Granny's Watching does that or no? I'll never be a YouTube creator. So then that pretty much you can't answer that question. So I'm asking you to put yourself in her shoes and tell me how you would react. You'll never do what she does. Okay. I'm not manipulated. I love her laugh. Everybody, I think you people need to understand. And the main thing that you need to understand is that these are adults that watch Natasha. These are not vulnerable little children. Why can't you people get that through your head? Yeah, what about the people that do? She's not supposed to defend herself. That's what I'm asking, but I'm not getting an answer. I'm sorry, I missed a comment from I think it's who is it? Bubsy to you. Okay. I didn't dox. That's the name. I'm sorry she has 150 alts, but she has dragged individuals for days, doxing, calling their family, worse than, darn it, I lost that. Worse than Natasha ever did. I agree. I agree. Yeah, and that's good that you say that you would never be a YouTube creator, Tyler, because I respect your honesty with that because it's not easy being a YouTube creator for sure. And I feel like you obviously opinions are it's your opinion of what you feel about Natasha. Not everybody feels that way. I know what emotional abuse is. Absolutely. Sorry. I was excuse me. I was an emotionally abused relationship for years. So don't insult my intelligence. So I can tell you right now, I'm probably one of the most intelligent people you'll ever come across. So yeah, I know what emotional abuse is. Well, to be honest with you, most people who talk about her, it all boils down to money. It's the tears, it's the everyday up and down emotional roller coaster she keeps people on. And you think that the adults, okay, and I'm going to keep stressing that, Tyler, the adults that watch Natasha, you think they're being forced to sit there and watch her? They don't have to watch her. The emotional roller coaster that you're saying that she keeps her people on, that's their choice to go up and down that emotional roller coaster. Just like it was my choice back in the day to be in an emotionally abusive relationship. Now, I understand that emotional abuse makes it harder for you to leave. I get that. But you are talking about adults that watches a creator. These are adults. It's their choice to watch her. Do you know how many videos are out here about Natasha of people bashing her? And some people are not bashing her. They're literally just you know, spitting the things that they think and feel that are facts and that they feel strongly about. Do you know how many videos are out there about her? If these people want to leave, they would leave. There are so many videos out there about Natasha. You're acting as though these are just these vulnerable people who just are completely oblivious. No, you asked me if I know what emotional manipulation is. That is insulting my intelligence, Tyler. And I don't know if you were talking to me or somebody else. But what I'm asking you, Tyler, is there's so many videos out there about Natasha. Do you think that the people who support her haven't seen those videos? They choose to watch Natasha. So I'm sorry, I don't understand or see your argument here when they choose to sit there and watch her. That's their choice. These aren't children. I just stress that a lot because I feel like people are not giving Natasha's supporters enough credit. There are people who saying that all of her supporters are on disability and monthly incomes and they scrounge whatever's in their pocket to give her money. Do you people really feel that way? Do you really think that people are like that? I feel like her supporters deserve more credit than what people give them. Tyler, I honestly have a look around YouTube. I was going to start a channel until I saw the crap Natasha gets every minute of every day. Maybe some love the entertainment of what they get. Most people take YouTube as entertainment. Exactly. Like that emotional roller coaster, Tyler, like that is technically entertainment because when I watch Euphoria, now in no way am I comparing Natasha to Euphoria, but I'm just saying as far as entertainment goes, it's an emotional roller coaster when I watch Euphoria. You know, you're up and you're down and you're happy and you're sad. And at the end of the day, Natasha does have to entertain. This is her business. This is what she does. Did you really just say that you're probably the most intelligent person that I have come across? Yes, I said that. And I was being sarcastic, Tyler. Just like probably the person that you watched said that she was more intelligent than anybody on Natasha's panel. It's called sarcasm. I mean, it may not have been sarcasm for her though. Do I think I'm the most intelligent person in the world? No, but some people don't get my personality, and that's, that's all good too. I can be a sarcastic asshole sometimes, but it is what it is. But I am a highly intelligent woman. And when you ask a question of whether I know the meaning of what emotional manipulation is, that is insulting my intelligence. But sarcasm, not everybody can take my sarcasm. So hell on the ground, I do too. Must be MK Ultra. Like reality TV. Now, how would you actually know this? You have no idea who I am. Well, no, I don't, but I'm just saying I was being sarcastic. Are you saying you're here under an alt, Tyler? Why? You don't have to be in here under an alt. What's the point of being in here under an alt? Because that's basically what you're saying if I don't know who you are. But regardless, this is what I'm trying to say. Seems like Tyler just wants to start something. I am not mad or anything at Tyler. Tyler is entitled to her opinion, and I'm cool with that. As long as she's being respectful, I'm going to be respectful. And I'm sorry that you don't get my sarcasm, but it is what it is. Here's what I'm trying to say. when you let your audience dictate your panel and purposely perpetuate drama, blah, 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 it's probably time for you to take a long look at you and your channel and the direction that you're going, and whether you're going to let your supporters run your channel or if you're going to run your channel, period. Hypocrisy. I've never seen anything like it. I have never seen hypocrisy like I have seen from her. Never. And all I can say is that people who, thank you for being respectful, a bit of sense of humor would brighten your day, Tyler. It's not really that serious in here. Tyler, gather your knowledge. And not what hate channels say. Watch a full live, hide in the background. Hell, go on panel and tell your problem. And thank you, Tyler, for listening too. Yes, I appreciate it. It's not on an alt. Okay, well, I'm just saying I don't. Would you prefer my full legal name? No. I'm saying I've never seen your name that much in my chat. So basically you're saying that you watched in the background. Then you probably should have just made that clear, because you're sitting here saying that you've watched me before. You asked me, how do I know who you are? Automatically, I'm going to think that you're using an alt. But if you say you're somebody who've watched me in the background, which I highly doubt it, because you would know my personality by now if you watched me in the background, but that's just whatever. But no, I don't prefer your legal name. That's on you. That's your choice. If you want to do your legal name, you can do your legal name, or you can stay on the top. I don't care. Honestly, I'm shocked to see that you, of all people, have aligned yourself with someone like her. That's all I will say. Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, Tyler. I'm a grown woman and I see the hypocrisy, and I'm fully capable of making my own decisions. And I understand that you feel a certain way about Natasha, and that's on you. But see, here's the thing. There was a live that I did, and I remember on that live, I told everybody I am in a very different place in my life, and I don't want to argue with anybody, but at the same time, there are a lot of things that when I was friends with Natasha before we stopped being friends, that she was right about and that she tried to warn me about. And I wish I would have listened to her. But regardless, that's my choice. And if I feel like, or if I see that Natasha is bullying people and being a racist and being a hypocrite and making fun of people with disabilities and making derogatory comments about gay people, all of those kind of things, gay bashing, then I promise you I will be that person to make the right decision and turn my back on her. And I will say, deuces, this is not what I stand for. But I don't see that. I just don't. All I have seen is people saying mean, hurtful, and nasty things about Natasha. And does Natasha say nasty things? Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Every time I chat with you, you say you don't know who I am. Tyler, if I go back in my chat right now, are you trying to tell me that I've spoken with you? I'm not saying that I've never spoken with you. I speak to a lot of people in my chat, but I can tell you I've never seen you consistently. Well, I haven't been live consistently, but even when I was live consistently, I don't ever remember seeing you a lot. And I would remember that. I would remember you. I remember everybody. I'm not saying you told me what to do. I'm saying, I'm not saying you told me what to do. I'm telling you that I'm a grown woman and I just don't see what you see. No, you don't have to give your name. But I'm just saying I don't see what you see. And if I ever see that Natasha is being a bully and saying the things and doing things that I am so against and that I stand up for, I won't talk to her. She's not somebody that I would ever align myself with. But I don't see that. I just don't. Now, I don't agree with things that she's done in the past, but the past is the past. And because I dealt with it myself, I feel, I don't know, I just understand the hurt that she felt, but I don't agree with the way she handled it. But she's who she is, and I am who I am. What we have here is failure to communicate. Yeah, I don't. What are you saying, that you will speak up against her if she does these things? But if people are doing those things to her, then it's okay. You're saying, Tyler, that you are saying that you just never thought that you would see somebody like me align myself with Natasha. And I am telling you that I don't see what you see. I don't see the emotional manipulation. I also am telling you that there have been things that I've seen Natasha do that I don't like, the way she handled things back in the day, and we weren't friends after that. But like I said, there are things that's happened that I realize now that I wish I would have listened to her, and I guess some people handle being hurt in a different way. But what I am going to tell you is I don't see what you see. And if I ever do see her doing the things that you see, which is emotional manipulation, or things that I am obviously someone who stand up against, then I wouldn't be cool with her or be friends with her or whatever anymore. But taking this up, wait, are you saying you will speak up against her if she does these things? But if people are doing these things to her, then that's okay? Tyler, I hope you don't think I don't know what you're doing here. Okay? I just want to tell you that. No, I don't want your real name, because see what you're doing now is very blatantly obvious. I'm just telling you, Tyler, like, you're sitting here, you're saying one thing and then you're mixing it up. That's not going to work with me. But what I will tell you is, you just said you don't come in here under an alt. Now you're asking me if I want your full name. No, I don't want your full name. You know, if you came in here under an alt, then obviously you came in here under an alt for a reason. So why would I want your full name? I wouldn't do that. But anyway, like I said, I don't agree with what I'm seeing, and the hypocrisy is real, you guys. And I am not I'm not going to I'm not the type of person who responds to people like if people talk about me, that's their business. Like I don't care. What people think about me is their business. I don't care. I don't care what people say about me or any of those things. But I wanted to come on here and make it clear that I would never, ever be okay with the hate that is being spewed. And when I see this hate being spewed, it's not being spewed by Natasha. Um, and what I see from Granny's Watching is I've just never seen so much conflict and chaos. Um, and I think it is disgusting, you know? But in the same sense, I'm not the type of person who cares about the things what people think. I don't care about that kind of stuff. But what I do care about is when you when there are other channels who have tried to keep it classy when it comes to Natasha, I will honestly say I'm sorry to those channels that have tried to run their channel and that still do with integrity, class, who don't um, bash or weight shame or look shame or age shame. You know, there are actually channels out there who don't do those things, regardless of whether you think they're right or wrong, because they are awareness channel about Natasha, whether you think they're right or wrong, there are channels who have tried to keep it classy and who have tried to stick with integrity and to convey their information with integrity. And I feel like it's being distracted, you know, from this one person who's doing nothing but spewing hate. And I recognize that and I see that. And I'm sorry to those channels. I am. I'm sorry to those channels who have tried to keep it classy. And it's literally nobody's noticing it because of all the hate that's being spewed. It's just like it's this one person that's making it bad for even the channels who have tried to run their channel with integrity. And it's sad, but it is what it is. Like I told Natasha, I think it was yesterday or the day before yesterday, you would seriously think that she has like 500 million subscribers with the you know how many channels. And that's one of the reasons why I chose to reach out to Natasha and do my part by telling her you were right, you know, and some of the things you tried to warn me about, you were right. But in the same sense, I had a friend say, you know, what if all of these hate channels were being made about you? What if you woke up literally one day and there's like 15 hate channels about you? How would you handle it? And to be honest with you, I don't know how I would handle it. I don't. I don't think I my mother always raised me. Excuse me, my mother always raised me to pick and choose your battles wisely. My mom all raised me to remain um to always handle things with my class, my dignity, respect, integrity intact. And what people think about me is none of my business. And when I say that my mother instilled that in me, she instilled that in me. She really, really did. Like, I don't care what people think about me. I don't care what people talk about me and what they say. It's none of my business. Because at the end of the day, your opinion of me does not put food on my table. It just doesn't. I don't care what you think. Because I'm still, let me get it straight. I'm still going to do me. I'm still going to do me. But I am, and that's the thing too. I'm not sitting here, I'm not even really this live is not about Natasha. This live is about Granny's Watching, and it's about the hypocrisy the big hypocrite that she is. Hey, Shelly. How are you, sweetie? Anyway, I wasn't here for the chat. I've been honestly curious about how this all came about. Well, I'm glad you're curious about it. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with curiosity. Like I said, I don't see what you see. I don't. And I don't think that Natasha is a bad person. I don't think that she is half of what people say that she is. I disagree. 100% disagree. And while you people are sitting here saying these things about Natasha, you literally will call Natasha out, but stand next to the same person that you're calling Natasha out for. You'll stand next to the same person that does the same exact thing as Natasha, or worse. And you're literally standing next to somebody who does worse, but you're calling her out. The hypocrisy is just disgusting to me. And like I said, the red flag was when that happened with Mel Hooks. When that happened with Mel Hooks, I was just like, wow, that you can't do that. I've always been dead set against that. You cannot just blatantly accuse somebody of something without any proof. They keep her way more relevant if they think that they are hurting her. They're delusional. I agree. I think sometimes it hurts her. You know, obviously, it's always going to hurt. And I'm not going to lie and say if people are talking about me, it doesn't hurt. But that's why I don't pay attention to it, you know. And that's one thing with Natasha. I wish that Natasha could ignore it, but I understand it's kind of hard not to when there's like 50,000 hate channels about you, you know, or all these channels that are talking badly about you. You can only take so much before you just, you know, blow up. But all of these channels who continuously talk about her, it's the truth. You're doing nothing but keeping her relevant. And I remember Molly Golightly saying something like that. And somebody had said something to her, like, all of these channels are talking about you. And I think they were mad about it or something. She's like, no, I want them to talk about me. She even said, she's like, no, I want them talking about me. Because it keeps her relevant. It does. It doesn't matter if it's negative or positive. People are still talking about her. Her name is still coming out of your mouth. It's at the tip of your tongue all the time. You're making videos about her. You're keeping her relevant. You're not obviously, you're not bringing any awareness. You bringing awareness, to be honest with you, is really you satisfying yourself. Even though you may not know it, it's you satisfying yourself, because at the end of the day, it's not working. These hate channels, these awareness channels, it's not working. It's not doing anything but making her more relevant with every single channel that's being made. Great to see you. You should have known better to poke that bear, because I know exactly who you are. May as well finish doxing me. Have a great night, everyone. Who is Nobody's doxing in my chat. Okay? Nobody is. These YouTube streets are dirty. I agree, Crazy House Saloon. I don't see any doxing in my chat. And there's no doxing in my chat. I'm not playing with y'all. I don't put up with doxing, and I don't care who you are. So don't even play. Don't even play. You're trying to tell me that there's doxing going on in my chat. That's a lie, because there's no doxing going on in my chat. Oh, you're a bear now, Tyler. Yeah, to me, I could see the whole purposely trying to confuse To me, that's what it seems like Tyler is doing, purposely trying to misconstrue my words to confuse me. And that's not going to happen. I know what comes out of my mouth. I know what I say. And like I said, I'm a highly intelligent woman. I don't need, you don't, that's not going to work with me. It's just not. Yeah, no, I don't see no doxing in my chat. So, but anyway, and I don't have any mods in here. I just threw Clover a mod, even though I'm going to be wrapping this up in a minute. But like I said, why do you keep asking me if I want your legal name, but yet you're sitting here saying that, complaining about somebody doxing you? Which is it? Finish doxing you. So you're saying this happened in my chat? Because there's no doxing in my chat. Oh, thank you, I'm a Clover. You're so sweet. What are you talking about? What doesn't count? I don't want any doxing in my chat, for one. And for two, you're sitting here complaining about being doxed or finished being doxed, but you keep asking me if I want your legal name. Send me a message and tell me what your legal name is. I'm not going to tell you to give me your legal name when you came in here under a different name. Now stop. Yeah, I will read the whole chat. That sounds just like what the hell's her name? I don't even give a shit about her. I don't keep forgetting her damn name. Granny's watching, sitting there saying that Natasha freaking doxed her damn kids. She did nothing of the sort. It's like you people are delusional. You saw what? Deny what? I didn't see your name in here. Whoops. Hold on, you guys. Yep. No one knows if that was her name or an alt. Just derailing, in my opinion. I agree. Geez, autocorrect. Yeah, gosh, I can't believe I'm awake. What's going on, everyone? Nothing really. I'm going to be finishing this up. It's late. It's freaking 4:20 here. I'm not up on YouTube rules either, so holding hands up. I guess the definition of doxing has changed. So if you use a name all over YouTube and 150 alts, how am I supposed to know what to call you? I agree. She is sitting here saying that she was doxxed, and I was going up to try to see what exactly she's talking about. And I'm not going to keep scrolling through this chat because I personally don't see it. I see one thing, and I don't think that that's, you know, I don't understand. Because you're sitting here asking me if I want your real name, if I want you to drop your real name, but yet you're mad because you're saying that somebody doxed you by saying your first name. Which is it? And I don't want anybody being doxed in my chat, obviously. So I'm trying to look and see, but obviously that was probably your plan to derail, because if you're asking me if I want your legal name, you keep putting a question mark, and I keep telling you no, but yet you're complaining because somebody said your first name. I don't know what to tell you, but I don't have time for the games. But anyway, it's not smart to announce your docs all over and over and call it out anyhow, unless you didn't really care and just want to use it as a weapon for attention. I wasn't asking you. Oh my God. Yeah. You're off in another place, Tyler, and I don't know what to tell you. If someone putting my first legal name in the chat, okay, nobody put your first legal name in the chat. And if they did, screenshot it and send me a picture. If not, just be quiet about it, because I don't see anybody putting your first legal name in the chat, and you're trying to tell me that you didn't ask me if you wanted my real name. You're trying to derail, and that's not going to work. Anyway, back on topic. So I don't have a personal, like I said, I don't know Granny's watching. I've spoke with her a few times, like I said, through text, and I thought she was cool. I was wrong, because at the end of the day, when you listen to your chat and your chat is telling you, oh, she's talking mess and said that you were giving her information, that wasn't even the case. And it's sad. It's really sad, because at the end of the day, all I cared about is the hypocrisy. I have literally blatantly been watching the hypocrisy of her flipping out when somebody does something to her, but in that same sense, it's okay for her to do these things. Because as I have said repeatedly, it doesn't matter. Okay, let's just say me as a creator, and let's just say I'm against Natasha, don't like her, and I'm talking about her, I'm talking mess about her, saying horrible things. And let's just say I get a video with Natasha and her children, and I put it on here and I play it for you guys. And then she does the same thing to me. But I flip out like, why is she doing that to me? Why is she doing that to me? but yet I did it. I did it to her. So, and you guys, you people are looking at me like, you know, you played Natasha, you played her children. Why would you do that? And I say, well, it's already out there. Just because something is already out there doesn't make it okay for you to do it. Other creators can do whatever the hell they want to do. It doesn't matter if it's already out there. You don't know how many people are watching the channels of them playing those videos. You don't know. But when you take it upon yourself to play that video, well, that's not fair. If you're going to play that video, well, then guess what? It's all fair game. It's all fair game. You sit there and say, well, she talks about this person and this person on her channel, so that person's fair game. So if you talk about somebody on your channel, a family member or whatever, it's not fair game for the other. I'm just saying that I have a problem with, I just always have had a problem with hypocrites, although I've always said that Granny's Watching never did anything to me personally. And I always thought she was nice when she spoke with me, when I've spoken with her those few times through text. But in the same sense, I just didn't like the hypocrisy. But then I seen the way that she attacked Country Joe. Like I said, I didn't like what she did to Mel Hooks. I seen the way she attacked Country Joe for choosing peace. And to me, that's not right. That's never going to be right. If you are mad at somebody for them choosing peace, I don't like what she did to Robbie because she was mad because he chose to be cool with Natasha again. Not everybody has a personal agenda as to why they make peace with somebody. Not everybody has a personal agenda. Not everybody has an ulterior motive. Some people just want peace. That's it. Some people don't like having that weight on their back of battling it with their creator or battling it with somebody that was once your friend at one time. Not everybody likes that. Not everybody is okay with that. Some people may have ulterior motives, but some don't. Just like if a person has done bad, like let's just say Country Joe for an example. Country Joe and Natasha have went back and forth with each other, and they both have said bad things about each other. But just because Country Joe has chose peace and now she's on Natasha's panel, that doesn't mean that she has an ulterior motive and she wants Natasha's subscribers and she's using Natasha. That doesn't necessarily mean that. Maybe she once thought that Natasha was a certain way and she doesn't see that anymore. And maybe she looks at Natasha in a different way, like, wow, she's cool. I never thought she was that cool. I like her. I should have gave her a chance. Because sometimes people's opinions can be clouded of other people. Sometimes people only recognize the things that are pointed out to them. So if things are being constantly pointed out, like she's a fraud, she's a bully, she's a racist, she's that, then those are the things that you're going to focus on. And those are the things, those are the videos that you're going to watch, right? And that's what you're going to think. And then when you take a step back and you don't listen to the people chiming in your ear saying she's this, she's that, she's this, she's that, and you look at it in the different aspects, then you think, wow, this lady, I like her. She's not what people say that she is. Thank you, Goose. How are you doing, sweetie? Originally, I gave her credit for not blocking me when I commented in her live. Now I don't like what she's doing at all. Agreed. I think it's so much hate. I'm a Clover. It's so much hate. And like I said, if I didn't recognize it before, I recognize it now because you literally listen to people in your chat that lied to you. And because they lied to you, You had to get out your phone and read text messages between the two of us. Of course, that shows your character, but you should definitely be questioning why it is that you're letting your supporters dictate your channel. Because instead, it should be, I'm going to go listen for myself and hear what she said. Yep, that's what you should be saying. I am not the type of person that spews hate. Like I said, what people think about me is none of my business. But the only question that I had was, the few times that I've talked to you, you've never mentioned that you had a channel called Juicy Ant Covered Watermelon. And I remember that specifically being in my chat. I remember. I'll even have to go back and see the comments. You never mentioned that you once couldn't stand me and that you were talking about me and talking about how much you couldn't stand me and how much you hated me. You never once mentioned that to me the few times that I've talked to you. That was my problem. And that shows how fake you are. And your people can bully, they can talk, and they can say, she's this, Tia is that. I don't give a fuck. I don't care what your people think of me. I don't care what you think of me. I know what I look at in the mirror every day. I don't need any validation from you or nobody else. Y'all can think whatever the fuck y'all want to think. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to read some of these. Exactly, Tia. It gives you a glimpse inside the aggressor's head, though. She has no peace or boundaries. I agree. I've never seen a creator lie so much. Never. Not even without a crystal ball. And that is bad. That's bad. Okay, because without a crystal ball, we know she be lying up a storm. Okay, we know this. I find it very strange that somebody can drag someone, but when it happens to them, it's not okay. You can take it when somebody dishes it out. Then don't. If you can't take it when somebody dishes it out, then don't do it. Exactly, Goose. That's what I'm saying. If you can get on your channel and spew it, well, you better get ready to take it. It's very simple. Someone in chat asked me who I was, and I was asking her if she wanted my name. Oh, I have told you now 5 times that I wasn't talking to you. Oh, I'm tired of hearing the word doxed. Yeah, me too, because it's not right. This is Tia's channel. A lot of people have the same first name, so it could also be a coincidence. I like Tia. She's always 100. Thank you, Emma Clover. Where do I send it? My email is in my about section or you sent the email? Okay. Nobody's saying that you're a liar. When did I say you were a liar? I'm saying I don't see it. And I don't have time to keep scrolling up. I have a live. I have to talk on my live. I don't have time to scroll up and keep seeing all that stuff. I don't have time for it. Screenshot as requested. Okay. Didn't see that. So you keep, but regardless, which I didn't see that, I'll go back up and delete it, but you keep asking someone. First of all, you didn't tell me 5 times, and if you did, sorry, I didn't see it. I don't have time to pay attention to chat when I'm trying to talk, for one. For 2, I didn't see this specific comment. But if you're asking me or asking the other person if they want your name, which no, because if you you want me to send it to you. You specifically said every single time I talk to you, you say you don't know who I am. Do you want me to give you my name? Quit playing with me. All right. So anyway, I made multiple comments to you asking where are you going to ignore? Where are you going to ignore? It's fine, no big deal. You just said you don't allow in your chat. I said you did, so that's all. Thanks. Thank you. Bye-bye, Tyler. So I wanted to basically say that I don't agree with the things that are going on and the hypocrisy and things like that. I hope it gets better. I hope some of these creators start to find some kind of peace, because it would be amazing to see people more united than actually battling it out with each other. Like, that would be a good thing. But in the same sense, it doesn't always happen like that. And I will keep and continue to call out hypocrisy, because that's just what I do. I don't like hypocrites, and I try very hard not to be a hypocrite myself, but nobody's perfect. We're all human. We all make mistakes. But it's just really sad to see the things that's going on and the blatant lies. I've never seen so much lying in my life, you guys. Tyler, in the future, it would help if you tag the person you were talking to, because otherwise it's hard to tell who you are addressing. Exactly. And Tyler knows that. Tyler knows that. Tyler came into this chat specifically to play mind games, and your mind games didn't work. No, I don't allow doxing in my chat, but if I don't see it, there ain't a damn thing I can do about it. Secondly, you're lying, because you're sitting here saying that you specifically asked me if I wanted your name. You said every single time you come in here and you speak to me, I don't know who you are. Do you want me to tell you my name so you'll know who I am? Then you turned it around and said, you flipped it and said that you don't want your name to be said. Then you said that you do, because you asked me if I wanted your real name. But then somebody up in the comments, you asked me to scroll up, Senior said your real name. Okay. And you keep asking questions. You're not tagging anybody. So, of course, I'm thinking that you're talking to me, because you didn't tag not one person. You know what you were doing. Okay. You came in here to play mind games, because that's what you do. It didn't work. Take it somewhere else. Your games don't work here. You tried. You failed. But anyway, like I said, and I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised if the person that you're talking about, okay, Crazy House Saloon, which I didn't see, like, how are you going to sit here and say somebody doxed you, but then you ask them in the same breath, do you want my name? You asked me specifically, do you want my name? Because you always say you don't know who I am every time I talk to you. You make no sense. You came in here to derail the chat. You came in here to cause and stir up drama. It didn't work. Nice try. I don't even know if that was her real name first. That is what she uses, and she doesn't get mad if anyone else calls her that. I know what she was doing. I'm not stupid. It's pretty pathetic, but it is what it is. Okay, I'm gonna read your email, Crazy House Saloon, but I already know all about that person. Okay. And I never seen you say her name. I I didn't see it, and I'm sure nobody else cares either. It's not a big deal because at the end of the day, I didn't see it. And she literally kept asking questions but did not tag one person. So how are we supposed to know who she's talking to? For one, and for two, if you didn't want anybody to know your name, then why are you asking people if they want to know your name? It's ridiculous. So don't even worry about it. But anyway, I honestly think that people are going to do and say whatever it is that they're going to do and say. And like I said, I hope eventually people find peace. But if they don't, it is what it is. If you're going to call people out, if you're going to talk about people, get ready for people to attack you back. People have a right to defend themselves. They just do. You can't talk about people and think that they're just going to sit there and take it. But it's the lies for me. It's the lies and the hypocrisy. It's the constant lying when I'm sitting right here, and then literally somebody saying, she's saying my kids, she said all my kids' names. Are you serious? It's ridiculous, and um this is not me even really defending Natasha. This is me talking about the hypocrisy and how easily manipulated people are, especially by their audience, their supporters, the people who are in their chat. Just like that person, Tyler, who was just in here. That is literally a person that maliciously came in here to incite chaos, to derail from what we're talking about. And you can sit here and go back and forth with a person and blah, 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 blah. But at the end of the day, that person is not going to dictate my my channel. They're not going to dictate what I'm saying. They're not going to stop me from saying what I'm saying. I might pause for a minute, but I'm still going to say what I have to say. You're not going to derail my live. You're not going to derail my chat. I have my suspicions. I'm not that naive. Yes, Bubsy, to you. I know exactly what you're talking. Anyone in general, it's ridiculous. No one should go through this mess. No one should. And I hope that eventually that there's some kind of peace that comes along with this. We're all mothers. We're all adults. We're all trying to do the best that we can. We're all trying to have careers here on YouTube, be successful here on YouTube, and I don't believe in cancel culture, and I don't ever want to see anybody's channel go away or be canceled. I don't believe in that stuff. Do your thing, but don't have your channel at the expense of someone else. Don't do that. Because when you're having your channel on the expense of someone else, how is your channel going to thrive that way? How does your channel thrive from talking about and bashing one person every single day? All I'm saying is that I do hope that there is resolution. And even if there's not resolution, I hope that people can go their own way and have successful channels, and even grannies watching. I think it's amazing if she continues to have a successful channel without bashing anyone. Can she do it? Probably not, but it's possible. And I wish her nothing but success. I don't believe in cancel culture. I agree, Goose. I couldn't imagine always having such animosity and hate in my heart constantly 24/7. That has to be so hard. And that's what I'm saying. Like, YouTube is not my life. I am filming videos, so get ready. There's going to be a lot of vlogs coming, all that kind of stuff. But I have a life outside of YouTube. I just do. Like, I would never be on YouTube constantly all day, seeing who's in this chat, seeing if this person's in that chat, seeing who is over there, over here. I couldn't do that. Looking on Social Blade to see if I'm doing better than this person. Focus on your own shit. That's the best advice anybody could ever give you. Focus on your own shit and what's going on in your own pockets. And trust me, that's when you go far. But when you sit around worrying about somebody else and what they have and what they're doing, let me tell you, you ain't going to go far. It's not going to happen. How are you going to go far focusing on what's going on with somebody else rather than yourself? You want to have a channel to call people out and have an awareness channel, that's fine. But when you're bashing somebody, weight shaming, age shaming, the only reason why those people are there watching you is because of the disgusting, ignorant things that you say. Because you say the things that they love to hear, which is weight shaming, bashing, saying derogatory things. They love this shit. Misery loves company. They love it, and that's fine. But just know that all of that shaming and all of those things that you're saying and blah, 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 please understand that what goes around comes around. And the things that you say and the things that you talk about, trust and believe. If you think those things aren't going to happen to you, you're crazy. One day your true colors might come out while you're on live and you might actually say something that people would never think that you would say. Brooke, it goes back to manifestation. If you want positivity, you focus on that, not negativity. It will all come back to you, whatever you put out. Absolutely. And there you go. My mod, Goose, just nailed it. It is all about what you put into this world. It is what it is. If you spew hate and negativity, that's exactly what's going to happen to you. You want a better life? Think positively. Do better. Do better for yourself. For your own mind, body, and soul. Quit spewing hate. Because at the end of the day, you got it wrong. Never, ever, ever said that you were sending me information. You got it wrong. And instead of listening to your motherfucking chat, you should have went and listened. You don't have no problem listening to everything else. You should have went and listened. Because all I said was, the times that I talked to you, the times that we've spoken, you have never once said that you were a channel who went around saying how much you hate me. Okay? And I would think the few times that we talked, you would have thought you would tell me something like that. But at the end of the day, I don't care. You're going to do what you're going to do. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. I don't care what you say. I don't care what you think of me. But what I do care about is the hypocrisy. And I will continue to call out the hypocrisy. Point blank, period. And be careful. Because you might slip up and say something that you don't want people to know about you. I think that's part of the problem. You already showed your true colors when that creator is sitting there talking about other creators talking black. Let's see what else comes out of your mouth when you get upset. Then crying because their whole life has been affected. It was entirely their choice. Change trajectory. Agreed. Tia, things have definitely come jiggling about GW, and I don't dislike her, but yeah, I see you, boo. And it's not even I didn't necessarily dislike her either. I dislike the hypocrisy. But then she targets anyone who's friends with Natasha. She targets anyone who goes up on Natasha's panel. It's ridiculous. What does people making peace with someone have anything to do with you? As long as you're not making peace with her, why do you care? Why do you care? Focus on your own shit. Full disclosure, that needs to be a rule, apparently, not just human decency. Exactly. Human decency is something that that definitely lacks here on YouTube. There just isn't any decency. Thank you, Shelly. It's good to see you here. Mind, Body, and Spirit says, Tia Simone, women need other women for encouragement and shared experiences. Life can be hard, and support for each other would be nice. It would be. I don't, excuse me, I don't like bringing other women down. I want to lift other women up. I'm not that type of person. I don't like to see people tearing each other down, but it is what it is. And if somebody's going to tear you down, of course, you're going to tear them down back. But with me, I'm not going to retaliate to somebody or defend myself by saying, I'm prettier. Okay. I'm prettier. I have a better body. I'm this, I'm that, and they'll never be me, and they're all jealous of me, and they're this, they're that. Now people are jealous. I'm not going to lie about that. I've dealt with it my whole life, but I'm not going to sit here and say those types of things. I'm going to sit here and say, you probably shouldn't sit and listen to your chat because they led you in the wrong direction, and they're going to keep leading you into the wrong direction until eventually you're not going to like what happens. Secondly, you think it's okay to bash women and talk about women and say that women are just so jealous of you. And I'm sorry, I cannot be jealous of someone that I've never seen. I can't be jealous of somebody that's never come on camera. Sorry. And yes, beauty is subjective. Everybody has their own opinions. I'm just that type of person where I don't care what people think about me. And thank you, Jesus, that my mom raised me that way. I'm nearly 50. I couldn't care less. Right. NC isn't all bad, like I said. And I've told her exactly that, period. Everyone doesn't have home training. Yeah, thank you from Natasha's community. Yes, Shelly, I don't know what's going on with you. I haven't seen you in the chat in a while. I hope you're doing well. I would give anything if you could be positive. If you could be positive, my clinical depression and generalized anxiety among so many things. I just can't nor feel joy. And I used to have a life. I was just wondering, Tia, sorry. Okay, wait a second. Let me read this again. I would give anything if you could be positive. My clinical depression, generalized anxiety among so many things. I just can't nor feel joy. Well, there's going to be a lot of positive videos coming you guys this way. And I wouldn't even necessarily say this is a negative video. This is just me calling somebody out on their hypocrisy and the horrible things that they let go on in their chat, and how you literally let your chat dictate your channel. And that's a problem. That's a problem. And you probably should find a solution for that, because your chat should not be dictating what you say next on your channel. You are the one who should be saying what you want to say without listening to your chat, because your chat lied to you. Either they lied to you or they got it wrong. You're not going to hear me bash you. You're not going to see anybody in my chat bash you like they did in yours. I don't care. You do you, boo, because I'm always going to do me. And I am a person who has integrity and who has class. It doesn't benefit me to say bad things about you. It just doesn't. All I can say is that you're a hypocrite, and I hope that you understand that when you talk about people, they have a right to defend themselves. And the sooner you understand that, the better off you'll be. I was wondering, do you ever do vids on mental health and mental health tips? Absolutely. Yeah, I'm definitely not trying to be negative. I'm just trying to get my point across. Puberty comes from within, anyways. Anybody who judges somebody on looks are just shallow individuals. Amen. You say all this and sit with Natasha says a lot. You say all this and sit with Natasha says a lot. Yep, I'm sure it does, Kathy. Thank you. You are a beautiful soul. Thank you, Kathy. So are you, sweetheart. I'll absolutely have positive videos, and we'll be doing more positive videos as well. So be on the lookout for that, Haley Green. Yes, Natasha has gone at people from day one. Natasha has, but she has also gone at people who have come after her. So, you know. Yes, you can't. You can't believe everything people say. You're right. Like, I'm sorry, but if you guys are sitting here telling me Natasha only goes after people who go at her first, agreed. If you're like, say somebody in the chat tells me, well, I don't know, I'll think of a name. Well, Haley's over there talking about you and saying horrible things, and she's saying that you're doing this. Okay. Well, I'm going to go over there, rewind it, and see what's being said. I'm not going to go by what my chat said, because you don't know what people's motives are and what their intentions are. Unfortunately, you just don't. Clapping back is not the same as deliberately targeting someone. Agreed. I'm just using Haley, that name, as an example. Like, I'm always going to fact check before I just jump at somebody. And I may not have fact checked in the past, but it's definitely something that I've learned that's very important to do, especially by watching other people's mistakes. And I've actually done that before. I jumped the gun on a video where I thought somebody was talking about me and they really weren't. But in the same sense, they kind of were. But they weren't as bad as I thought they were. I jumped off the handle and I just looked at it like, I'm never going to do that again. Now, I don't watch, like, if people do videos about me, I don't watch them. I just don't. I would hope that the people who support me, if you are in a chat and somebody's talking about me, like I tell my mods, of course, I want you to defend me. And, if you're not defending me, then you're condoning them talking about me, But I don't want my mods to be, I've always wanted to protect my mods from being talked about and from being dragged, because as you can see, people will drag somebody that is literally just associated with somebody that they don't like. And we are a witness to that, because it happened today. It happens all the time. That's what happened to Save Robbie. It's what happened to Country Joe. So I'm saying, and it just happened to me. So I'm saying people can be targeted, and I never wanted my mods to go through that. I always wanted to protect them from that and videos being made about them. But of course, my mods, the few that I have, I consider friends. So if they're in a chat and a chat is talking about me and you're not defending me, then you're not my friend. But in the same sense, you have to pick and choose your battles wisely. And I would hope that people would give me the right information, but I'm still always going to check, because you just don't know what everyone's intentions are. You don't know that people could be telling you things just to stir up more drama, because you yourself might not even care who's on Natasha's panel, but the people in your chat, they do. But I'm going to end this, you guys. It's late. I'm so happy that you guys were be able to stay in here as long as you have. I forgot how much I miss going live. So I will be live sometime later on today. It's always a pleasure talking to you guys, and I will be live a lot more often. I do have a true crime live coming up very soon. Hey, Dave, how are you? You're not negative, just speaking facts. I used to be a positive person, but been so much shit, it's turned me negative. And with all that going on in the evil world, this is a very evil world, and YouTube is brutal. You're welcome, Shelly, and you could contact me, message me anytime. I hope everything's well with you. But I thank you guys for being so respectful in the chat and staying in here for this long. I will see you guys later on today. I hope you guys have an amazing night, amazing morning, amazing day, afternoon, wherever you are. You guys always brighten my day. Remember how beautiful you are. Stay positive. Stay blessed. And always remember, what you put into the world is what you get in return. So try to spread as much love and positivity as possible. And I will see you guys later on. You know, when you get nails and you're just like, you can't help it. You're like, you're flossing them or whatever. But I hope you guys have an amazing day. Yeah, I just feel hopeless a lot, Natasha. And I started watching her several months ago, and she's entertaining and she helps me laugh even when I can hardly. Or exactly, she makes me laugh too. I feel like she brings a lot of joy into people's life, and I think that's cool. I think it's cool how she makes people laugh. Yes, you guys have a great night, day, afternoon, wherever you are, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Subscribe before you leave if you haven't already, and I will see you guys later. Deuces.